Hello, I'm Matthew Falconer and this is Square World at the GameFest in the Birmingham NEC on the 16th of September. We've just played the demo of Rayman Origins and we have some screen footage for you. It was a lot of fun. It's not nearly as difficult as the original, which is good news for many people, I'm sure. I still haven't completed that game myself. My fondest memory from my childhood was throwing the controller at the screen during Bandland, and I'm sure many of you have done the same. We'll hopefully continue to bring you more game footage, as much as we're allowed to get anyway. And then Chris will be giving you some of his opinions on games that he's played later. Hello, we've just finished playing the demos of 3 good Sega games, all 18+, which is why it's all covered behind this great big wall here. We'll start with Binary Domain. Chris played through this demo and it looked very good. It's very cinematic. Excuse me. The animation quality I thought was actually quite superb. You get a nice sense of urgency on your character's face when he takes cover. It's a cover-based shooter, it's squad-based as well. You have little squad mates who help you out. You have to res them when they come back, they can res you if you get knocked out. It seems to be mainly standard shooter fare, but the enemies are gigantic mechs. You'll see the gameplay footage we've got on this one is a great big spidery legged mech that even when it only has 3 legs on one side can still walk perfectly alright. It was quite a difficult fight because it seemed to have big missile attacks which could hit you behind cover on occasions. And as you'll see, the AI wasn't too quick to resurrect Chris, but that might be down to the fact that they ran out of medkits. We don't really know. It was demo build and it wasn't that clear. The next game we played was my absolute personal favourite, Anarchy Reign. I've been looking forward to this game ever since I've seen it being announced, because it had Jack Kamen in it, and it was made by Platinum, and Bayonetta was brilliant. You'll see me playing the demo of this, and you will see that I also managed to kick a tremendous amount of flabby gamer arse, coming in first place. I had an absolute blast on that game. The combo system is simple enough so you can pick up and play. You perform special moves by holding down the L2 button and pressing an attack, and some of them lead into grabs. You can grab people when they're down, you choose your battle. It's mainly about choosing your fights. If you can get into a one-on-one fight with someone, but because there's between 4 and 8 players, you'll often find that one person is trying to stab you in the back whilst you're fighting someone else. That's quite a good tactic, is to just sweep in at the last minute with a special attack and try and steal the kill. Problem being, when you launch into a special attack with a killing grab, you're left vulnerable, so the person who you just stole the kill from can twat you in the face afterwards. I personally loved it. I don't really know anything I'd change about the build I played. I had a great time. It's been the highlight of the GameFest for me so far, playing that game. Last but not least, getting it right actually, we played House of the Dead Overkill Extended Cut, a light gun game which uses the Move on the PS3. It is good, but when we played it, it could have benefited from a little bit of extra calibration because all the shots tended to veer off to the right somewhat. We also accidentally turned off our own crosshair so we couldn't see where we were aiming, and because it's quite a thick barrel, you can't really just look down and aim because the big sensor is quite big and round at the end. The graphics, it was originally a Wii game, so it's been updated to HD, I understand, and the graphics look reasonably good. It's not super special, but it's good enough. The tongue-in-cheek humour works very well, although I couldn't really hear any of it. I could just see subtitles because it's very loud here. It's good. It's a very good game, but like I said, it could have benefited from a little bit of extra calibration when we were playing it. Hello, I'm Matthew Falconer, and I've just been playing the demo of Dark Souls. And if you liked Demon's Souls, you are going to love this. All the stuff you really liked was back. You can do the counter grabs, you can backstab things, you can grab 1 or 2 bosses. The bosses are frigging ridiculous. I just got up to the boss in the demo, which is a gargoyle, and halfway through the fight, a second gargoyle joins in. I got my arse handed to me when that happened. You get new enemies, new AI. Some enemies make other normal enemies stronger. There was a shaman-y thing that made the dregs stronger. There are skeletal knights who can actually use the same healing items you can, so that if you back off and heal, they'll do the same. You just have to kill them outright in a battle that proves you're better than them. You get weapons, you get soul points, you actually get checkpoints this time. I have to tell you, for all the hype I've heard, it wasn't as difficult as I expected. But I still had a blast. It is an incredibly good action game. And on the PS3 in particular, it looks phenomenal. The motion blur is fantastic, even though a bit of a strange thing to focus on. The graphics are brilliant, the metal shine is fantastic, there's good motion blur, one or two little hang-ups, little bits of split-second lag every now and again, but it's a demo build, I'm not worried. This is a game you should be looking forward to if you like the original Dark Souls. From have done a tremendous job with this one, I'm telling you now. Hey there, this is Matthew, and I've just finished playing the demo for Inversion, a cover-based shooter with a difference, this difference being gravity. I was actually quite impressed. I'll be honest, when I heard cover-based shooter, my expectations dropped a bit, but having played it, I had a good time. The high and low gravity attacks work really well. You get two, one high, one low. High gravity makes people fly up in the air when you hit them with a big blue rocket thing. Red makes them fall down, so you can finish them off on the ground. The big thing about Inversion is, of course, the gravity, and this is used to really good effect in the demo, at least, because you fight enemies who are on the roof, on the walls. You go on the roof, you go on the walls, you can pull people off the roof and the walls, do really quite fun execution finishes on them using your gravity attacks. You get a grav gun, like a zero-point energy gun style thing. You can pick up almost any bit of debris and fling it at an enemy. Explosive barrels are really good at this. It's an extremely explosive game. I was just playing the demo, and in the space of about 40-odd seconds, about 50-odd rockets went my way. Somehow I managed to survive. I was really impressed with this, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised, because the coverage it's got so far hasn't been that flattering, and I personally think that Inversion was a very good game. We'll see more of it when it's released, I guess. Hello, we've just finished playing through the Sonic Generations demo, and it was rather impressive indeed. In the classic sections, it's what you'd expect, the same good old platforming that Sonic is known for. You get a great sense of speed, but what really stands out in this game so far are the environments. The city level that we played through had a giant truck, from Gun, no less, that chased us through the city, destroying buildings as it went. When we made the transition to the current generation Sonic, you get a nice little boost bar ability that lets you skate across the ground in ball form even when in full roaming 3D. The game seems to constantly switch back and forth between on-rails chase sections and sections like the snowboarding demo, and then lets you go into free roaming 3D, when you do what you'd expect from all the old Sonic games that have come out recently. You then make that transition to the 2D side-scrolling whilst playing as current-gen Sonic, and you still get the boost bar. Like I said, the animation and the way that the environments change whilst you're playing through them on this game is very impressive. Towards the end, you get chased by the truck, and giant circular blades start flying out of it. It tries to get you. It's very cinematic indeed. They do very nice bits, not exactly tension, but very nice bits of oh my god moments. And it was very, very bombastic and very fun to look at. There's a lot of very good content in this game. Well, that's the end of the day for me, at least. I'm going home now. I have had a blast here, and I think we've got some really good footage, and we've played some genuinely brilliant games. I am now even more looking forward to my favourite game of the show, which is Anarchy Reign, and Chris has really enjoyed his time playing Legend of Zelda: The Skyward Sword, and he's thinking of getting a 3DS because of one of the demos that was playing in there. I've just had a great time. We didn't get around to seeing the Bethesda store because there was a 4-hour queue, and we didn't get around to see Modern Warfare 3 or Battlefield 3. But they get so much coverage anyway, you're really not going to miss it out. Someone else will have done it, so don't worry about that. All I can say now is goodbye, and thank you for watching if you've watched everything, and if not, go back and watch it all.